Bedtime is so important for children for so many reasons. First and foremost, sometimes we forget how important sleep is for all of us, but particularly for our young children. Young children need 10, 11, sometimes 12 hours of sleep, depending on their age and depending on where they are in their growth at that time. So we need to ensure that they get to bed on time. The best way to do that is to ensure that you have a bedtime routine.
It's a great time to reflect and think about the day. Reflection is important for the brain because it gets to relive what happened and strengthen those dendrites. So a bedtime routine is even more important than the mealtime routine. A time that children go to bed is critical, and the brain needs more sleep than most of us are getting, and it's even more crucial for small children.
And some children don't get that amount. One, because they're playing up late with their Nintendo or Xbox or in the computer, and some parents are not allowing their children to sleep. They're not putting them to bed early. They're allowing them to stay up.
Roughhouse play at bedtime is activating, and that's not what we want to do, is activate the brain at that time. We want to bring it down, have a calm time. It will be important that the children not get exposed to a lot of TV, video games right before bed. So it's important that children are not staying up until 10 or 11 at night. And bedtime is one of those pieces that parents often struggle with because the child is tired and they're cranky and they're sleepy and they push back as far as I don't want to go to bed.
Parents and children need to work together on that to come up with something that means bedtime. You cannot be running around wrestling on the floor or come flying back in from shopping and expect your young child to fall right asleep.
The idea of a nutritious snack followed by the bath time that is part of that routine of calming down, not having the roughhouse play.
You need to have some calming activities. For many children, that looks like taking a bath or a shower or whatever that nighttime routine looks like. It's very calming to have a time in bed with your parent where you're sitting there reading a story.
Stories are important because it's a time for the parent and child to interact. It's another teachable moment to do a short story where they get to see the pictures. Often children will want the same story every single night, and that's great because then the child can retell the story. So that's building very strong wiring.
My parents would always read to us and give us a back rub, really calm us down, talk to us about our day, and really show us a lot of love during bedtime.
So building up that routine that's always the same, that this is how we follow that routine. The brain loves routine. So that's going to help prepare the child for how the evening's going to flow. And when it's time for bed, they get the song, they get the story, they get the tucked in time, and the kisses goodnight. And that needs to happen at a fairly early time for children. 8 to 8:30 is a very good time for children to go to bed. And that routine over and over throughout the evenings is going to help them understand what's going to happen next.
And if the child knows what that routine looks like and they know, hey, this is what's coming next. I know that I'm going to get on my pajamas. I know I'm going to brush my teeth. Then I know that I'm going to get in bed and we're going to have 2 stories. And then I know the lights are going out. And then it's time for me to fall asleep.
I can tell if a kid comes to school not well rested, they're not able to listen well or pay attention, and they're just not themselves.
Bedtime routine is important for school readiness because a rested child will learn better. By that, I mean they need a routine. They need to help them get ready and get enough sleep to be able to be ready for the next day in school.